Well, what about you? Cass Piper Cassidy here, coming at you from the kitchen. Just a Monday evening catch-up chat. No real reason or rhyme to it, other than to smoke a bowl of Grassmere flake. And it is in my, it's a Savinelli 305, I think that is. Very nice pipe. So, yeah, I've got some news, and I like to keep you up to date with the news and topical stuff to do with the channel, what's happening, and new pipe as well. I've got to show you a new pipe. If you haven't tried Grassmere Flake, it's an absolutely fantastic Lakeland blend. Mainly Virginia, I think. There might be a touch of Burley in there too, I can't remember. But the topping is out of this world. It is kind of as strong as Ennerdale Flake, so if you don't like Lakeland, you're not going to like this topping, really. Give it a try, see what you think. But it has a very, there certainly is some sort of geranium oil in the Grassmere. It's very floral compared to some of the other Lakelands, which can be quite sweet or have honey in there or clove in there, like the Bosun Plug. Grassmere is more traditional with plenty of rose or geranium oil. So you can certainly taste the floral essence in the Grassmere. Which is exactly what I like about Lakelands. I really love the floral notes, the sweetness, and the strangeness of the floral note. But anyway, got a couple of people lined up for the Zoom. Well, actually, I only have one person confirmed, and that is Mel Harris, Garbage Man Piper. He's agreed to come on. Thank you, Mel. He's busy for the foreseeable, so he won't be on for another week or maybe 2 weeks. Possibly longer. It's up to Mel. I've told him to give me a shout when he's ready. There's something else in there, the floral notes, but there's also a sweetness and a sourness. It's a very strange. Grassmere is quite a strong Lakeland blend. It is really beautiful. Really, really beautiful. The other person who I hopefully will have, actually I won't mention them in case they don't want to come on, so I do have another person lined up who most of you would be familiar with. He's a guy who's been with the YTPC a good while and very popular channel. But he hasn't agreed yet. I've only sent him an email just to see if he's interested, so I had a motorcycle lesson on Saturday morning. It had been a year since I'd been on a bike, roughly a year, I think. And the instructor was very happy. and so much so he said, book your in Ireland and the UK, sorry, you have to do what's called CBT, which is your cognitive behavioral therapy. Jesus Christ, CBT is your, what does it actually stand for? Compulsory basic training. So I did that last year. It's like a day course. It's mandatory. You have to do it before you can jump on a bike. So I got that last year, and then I did my theory test last year. And then I was on the lesson on Saturday, and already he said, book the off-road test. So the actual big main test, there's two parts to it. There's an on-road test with the cars and traffic, and then there's the off-road test, which I actually think is probably harder, where you have to slow down, do a figure of 8, do a U-turn, get off your bike, and show us how you would, safety things, an emergency stop and swerving to avoid obstacles. So the off-road is usually, in my estimation, harder than the on-road test, especially if you've been driving a car your whole life. It's going to be harder because you'll find the on-road test easier because you know the rules of the traffic, you've been driving your whole life. But anyway, I did very well, and he said, go ahead and book your off-road and then we'll give you a lesson before it. So I'm ready, basically. I'm a natural, he said, which is good. But I've been watching a lot of videos, and Dan the fireman, if any motorcycle enthusiasts are familiar with his site, but he tries to drill into... I've always had a healthy respect and fear of motorcycles. It's good, I suppose. Otherwise, I would have been on one when I was 18, and I would have died in a crash. Not to say that couldn't happen still, but I'm not going to get a motorbike and then start doing 100 miles an hour down the road. Maybe that will happen, but I won't be doing it within the first couple of years or whatever. I'm scared shitless. Equal measures scared shitless and exhilaration. That's how I feel when I was on a motorcycle. A lot of people say it's the best fun you can have with your clothes on, and that's true. Sean, he's a rider. He'll know what I'm talking about. Victorian Piper. I know a lot of you guys out there are as well, so yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. So yeah, I'm quite excited. It looks like I'll definitely be getting the license this year, and then look at getting a wee cheap bike. You don't want to spend a lot of money on your first bike because invariably you're going to damage it, possibly. Hopefully not, but there's no point getting a £12,000 bike. You might crash. What's that I hear you say? Cass, stop talking about motorbikes. Okay, sorry. Pipes. Let's have a word from our sponsors.
Because they had already made up their mind and they knew what they were going to do before you walked in the door. You made a mistake, and they are never
Being a rather seductive pup there, wasn't he? Yoop, the brown one. He's my favourite, but don't tell Levy, the other one. Nah, I'm only joking, I don't have a favourite. But I'm not allowed to have favorites. I love all my children. Now, don't tell my wife, but oh, actually, she knows about the Eric Weaver Sea Smoke Pipes pipe that is on the way. She knows about that. But I also accidentally bought a new meerschaum from Ali Barinci. I already have the Barinci meerschaum. You've seen me smoke. The green stem, beautiful little billiard. I was so impressed with it that I thought I'd have a look at his other ones, and I saw one that actually took my eye, but I thought, I've bought enough pipes recently, I'm not buying it. And it used to be that on eBay, if you put an offer in, it said make an offer, and then you make an offer, say 60, and then they would make a counter offer, 65, yeah, and then it would go like that. Whereas there seems to be a new mechanic on eBay, at least it's new to me, where if you even look at a pipe for more than 10 seconds, you don't even have to put an offer in, you just look at the goddamn thing. And Barinci sent me an offer I couldn't refuse because I have no willpower. And, the joke's on me, I ended up having to buy it because he knocked £10. It was already cheap and he knocked off another £10. It's like, okay, I'll have to buy it, obviously. So I've got another meerschaum coming from Ali Barinci. But then my mother-in-law, I told you about my recent birthday. She received some money from her mother, my grandmother-in-law. And she said, do you want me to send you the money or buy you a pipe? I mean, obviously, the pipe. Obviously. So she sent me this. Chacom. Oui. Le grand marque français. Saint-Claude. Fabricant depuis... I don't know how to say that. 1825. Dix-huit 25. I have no idea. But anyway, yes, so I'll open it and show you it. It's already been smoked a couple of times, but I thought I'd put it back in the box just for my amusement. Just so we can do the reveal. It's a very nice Chacom pipe. Bit of nice grain there actually as well. See, just along here. But it is a beautiful pipe. Beautiful kind of coffee stem. Kind of like putting cream in your coffee before you stir it. I have two other pipes like that. A Peterson and a Savinelli that have the same acrylic stem. And I didn't mean to have three of the same stems. It just kind of happened. So maybe, don't know why that's happened. But isn't that beautiful? Isn't that a lovely pipe? And it says Chacom, and then in Roman numerals, the number 17. Chacom 17. Ariège pipe smoker, he would be able to translate the box for us. By the way, I just saw the news and they had an undercover person in the corona testing places, and they said that there's a lot of cross-contamination happening, and then there's secret footage of people who work in the testing centers really ballsing things up and making sure that they don't carry out their job properly, and basically that loads of different test tubes can manage to contaminate the other ones. so that there's loads of false positives out there. Ariège pipe smoker Simon, he was set to journey off to England from where he is in Ariège in France. He was going there to do some seasonal work, so it was for financial gain. And the guy obviously had to get a COVID test before he got on the plane to go to England, and he got a positive test result. Now, the guy lives, I think, on his own. He's out in the middle of nowhere, and he doesn't really. I don't think he said he had been in touch with people. He had been, doing his thing. And he had no symptoms whatsoever. I'm nearly sure it was a false positive. I know many other people who got tested and got a positive but didn't have any problem at all. But they do say that the COVID can show no symptoms, and maybe that's it. But I think they ballsed it up a lot of the times. And I mean, poor Simon was all ready to go. He had to stay in a hotel overnight to then catch his flight, or maybe what a waste of time, effort, and money for Simon. And it's probably due to a false positive. For people not working, doing their job correctly, there's always human error everywhere you go. But you'd like to think with something like that the government would, get some people who might take pride in their work, maybe. Anyway. What a pipe. Not a bad size of a bowl either. I have been smoking Kentucky in it so far. Nice big bowls of Kentucky. That Bold Kentucky, the HH Bold Kentucky, the Dark Flake Aromatic from Gawith, and Revor Plug. And Old Dark Fired as well has Kentucky in it. But anyway, I've had my rant. Sorry about that, I just had to get it off my chest. Had a couple of great Zooms this week with the guys. Really good crack with everyone. Can't wait to be able to see them in person. That's about it, really, I think. I've managed to offload on you. Thank you very much. Anyone else smoke Grassmere Flake? What do you think of it? Anyone else think they've got a false positive or false negative from the COVID testing? And those of you who've had your vaccine so far, what did you think? Still debating whether I should do that. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I just don't. I have my questions and I have my suspicions about vaccinating the populace. Could be harmful. It's just a harmful way for them to make money, or It could be, it is potentially dangerous. For not generally, but for you could be that lottery winner who gets the injection and something bad happens. Who knows? What do I know? I'm just a guy, huh? I should just shut up and do what I'm told. I mean, it'll be interesting to see how much pressure they will put on people. Will you be able to go and shop and whenever the bars open up again? Not that I go to bars, but will I be allowed to without an injection? But anyway, I've kept you long enough, my darlings. I hope you're all having a wonderful week and you're getting through Monday rightly, so keep your head up, keep strong, and speak to you shortly. Toodle pip, folks.